Tanya Goudsouzian is a TRT World political analyst, and she joins me now live in the studio to speak further about it. So first, the talks continue, but why Ankara?
Well, relations between Russia and the United States have been pretty toxic for some time. It was important to have these talks on neutral ground. The suggestion to hold these talks in Ankara was made by the Russian presidential envoy Kabulov, in fact. Turkey is a neutral party respected by both sides. Let's not forget that it also has troops in Afghanistan as part of NATO's peacekeeping mission and has significant investment in that country.
Right. So you still had that toxic kind of relationship between Russia and the United States in the last round of talks, and it was also controversial then because it didn't include representatives from Ashraf Ghani's government. So will this Ankara round be different in that respect? Who's going to be included?
Well, let's look at it this way. These are not really talks. These are consultations. Russia is a major stakeholder in the region. And this is more the Americans sharing with the Russians what they've achieved so far, listening to the Russians, what their perspective is on the issue. But they're not really talks per se.
Okay. So what do they expect or hope will be the outcome of these consultations?
Well, this is a way of making sure, perhaps, that Russia's President Putin is not so much a player, but he's not really a spoiler either, because for these talks to result in anything sustainable, you need buy-in from the regional stakeholders. You also need buy-in from the Afghan government, which remains a bone of contention. The Afghan government continues to remain excluded from the process. They've been saying all along, if you want peace, you have to have the Afghan government part of the process. The Afghan president, Ashraf Ghani, in fact, offered to hold a Loya Jirga to solve the problem the Afghan traditional way, but the Taliban continues to refuse because they say that they do not recognize the government.
Right. Okay, Tanya, we will leave it there. Thanks so much for coming in.